Welcome to Sports Beat. From Little League to high school and from college to the pros, Sports Beat covers it all. And here's your host, Justin Cabe.
And welcome to Sports Beat this morning. We're going to get set to talk with Tim Swaringen on the phone. We're going to be talking probably all things March Madness and brackets and busted brackets and everything else. But with that being said, we'll be right back with Sports Beat.
Move it. The big, the massive, the what the heck is that? Introducing the all-new Ford F-150. Its high-strength military-grade aluminum alloy body makes it up to 700 pounds lighter. And with less of its own lard to move around, it can move more of yours. 12,200 pounds. The most towing of any half-ton pickup. The all-new Ford F-150. The future of tough.
Go by Stanley Ford Lincoln, located at 1708 Lubbock Road in Brownfield, or call 637-7541. Stanley Ford Lincoln, you're just a short drive from big savings.
Maypay Farms is proud to support the Wellman Union Wildcats and Lady Cats. From athletics to academics, success can be found everywhere, and we commend students on their character and commitment. We believe that the community of Wellman was built on hard work and dedication, and are happy to see that the tradition of excellence is more evident than ever in our outstanding students who set the bar high and achieve greatness. From all of us at Maypay Farms, have a great year, Wildcats. We're behind you all the way.
Every morning is different for everybody. Nate gets up for the early shift, while Brad is just getting home from the night shift. Pam runs a PR and a 5K, while Drew runs late to work. Beth proposes a road trip to her boyfriend, while Mark proposes to his girlfriend. Luckily, there's a McDonald's for every morning.
Make morning perfect at McDonald's with a warm buttermilk biscuit with sausage gravy. Pair it with a freshly brewed McCafe coffee. At participating McDonald's.
Meadow ISD, providing a pathway to success. We are once again a Texas Education Agency recognized school district, and our accomplishments over the past 2009-2010 school year include success in sports, academics, UIL, one-act play, and more. At Meadow, we are challenging our students to be the best both in and out of the classroom. Visit our website at meadowisd.net.
Excellence, achievement, dedication. These are all qualities that describe the students at Wellman Union. That's why Southwest Cotton Growers is proud to cheer on the Wildcats and Lady Cats in all they do. As the largest cotton gin in Terry County, we know what it takes to accomplish your goals, and it all starts with working hard and supporting others. Call manager Kenny Underwood at 806-637-4665 to see how Southwest Cotton Growers can help you this ginning season. We love our customers and our Wildcats and look forward to being a part of your success this season.
Football in Brisket, bluebonnets in springtime. In Texas, some things are better together. Like at Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, where a home policy just isn't the same without auto coverage to help bring your rates down. The State Fair and fine stuff? Can't have one without the other. Moments worth covering are never accidents.
Call us today at 806-637-2504 or stop by our Brownfield location at 521 West Main.
Discounts may vary by situation.
All right, everyone, and welcome back to Sports Beat this morning, where I should be on the phone with Tim Swaringen. Tim, you there?
I'm here.
All right. What's up, Tim?
Oh, just a little bit of work this morning.
Just a little bit of work. Tim had planned on coming in and being in studio with me, and ended up having to go to Lubbock and get some parts. So thank Tim for go ahead and still joining me on the phone. Well,
yeah, no problem.
Tim, your bracket, is it busted?
Not yet, no. And the team I've got winning it all barely won last night, but they won. So
yeah, I think we have the same team winning it all in Gonzaga, right?
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Yeah, they played a close one against West Virginia, which West Virginia made it further than what I thought they would make it. I had them losing to Notre Dame.
Yeah, I did too.
In the round of 32. So.
Yeah. But I think it was good for Gonzaga, though, because I believe West Virginia is one of the toughest defenses in the tournament.
Right.
And since they passed that, I think they've got a good chance to make it all the way now. So.
Oh, I do too. And see, I had them playing Duke in the Final Four, and of course that got blown up earlier this week when Duke couldn't complete a win against South Carolina. So.
Yeah. Well, Duke had a hard time there, but it's been that way for every single game. And this year has probably been the best March Madness in years, but it's been that way the whole season with every team, because the caliber of every single team is so good that, and what we've seen throughout the tournament, any team can lose at any point, and so it's titled correctly because it's madness.
Well, yeah, and that's evident. I guess as far as last night's games go, Kansas probably won it handily as far as winning it, but yet it wasn't that way at the end of the first half.
Yeah. Well, they just had more talent, more experience, and a deeper bench than Purdue, and I think Kansas has the easiest road ahead.
Oh yeah.
Until the Final Four to get to the championship.
Right. And then the big upset last night was Xavier beating Arizona, which many had as a championship team.
Yes, they did. Yeah. And Arizona has a great team. And they're young too. I think they have a couple of freshmen playing.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't lose them to the NBA and such, they'll be very potent next year. But Xavier, man, they just willed it to happen. They came out and played, and just they hung around. I think Arizona had, I think the biggest lead was 8 points, but that was about it. Xavier just kept fighting and kept coming back, and were able to finally at the end to take that lead. And Arizona couldn't hit some shots, and honestly, in my opinion, their last and final shot was not what they needed. They were only down 2 and tried to throw up a 3 at the end, and so that's how it ends up. But
that's one of those instances right there. You want to see somebody drive the paint, draw contact, go up, and then if the contact's there, then put them at the line to win it that way, instead of chunking up a 3 for the win like that.
Yeah. Well, and especially when you've got 2 7-footers inside,
right?
You're towering over the entire other team, and but that's how it rolls, and
that
makes
West,
it fun though.
That West region right there is where I've done the best in my bracket. I've only lost 2 games now in that West region, and that was that Notre Dame West Virginia game, and then last night's game, Xavier Arizona. Those are my 2 losses in that side of the bracket. So
yeah.
The South region, I did all right in it. I've only lost 2 there, and then you go to that East region, and Villanova getting beat. By Wisconsin gives me a loss right away right there, and then I had them winning again in the Sweet 16, and
oh yeah. Well, I don't remember what they said the percentage was, but several people had them at least in the Final Four, if not champions. So
yep. And see, I had them playing Duke in the Elite 8 game.
Oh yeah.
And so that one's not gonna happen for sure. And then you look over at the Midwest region of the bracket, Louisville losing early.
Yeah.
To Michigan, and then Michigan playing a tough one last night with Oregon. I mean, that was a 1-point game as well.
Yeah. See, I didn't have any of those teams in that game, so I was cheering for, because they're kind of like Xavier. They were an underdog, and not expected to be doing as good, and so just kind of wanting to see some more Cinderella story going through the tournament, and they almost had it, but the same thing with them. They were just down a point and threw up a 3, and not that it was bad. Watson, he's a great player for Michigan, but. Or is it Walton? Walton, right? Not Watson.
Walton, yeah.
But that it just, and that's just me, and that's my opinion. When you're down by 2 or 1 point, something like that, when you don't need a 3, I'm always for drive the ball. Either get fouled or get the bucket, But
or even if you have to dish it out for a better look at a 3-point shot.
Yeah.
You know, and see, I had Oregon. I actually had Oregon playing in that game last night, but it was against Louisville. So, and I had Louisville winning that game, of course. But you know, I actually did have Oregon making it that far. But
yeah.
And then the games. What is it? Tonight's games. You got UNC and Butler and UCLA and Kentucky. Then these are
going to be big games tonight because you've got some major, competitors in each of these games. Very, very strong traditions from those schools, especially the UCLA and Kentucky game. Man, that game, you think about between those two schools, how many championships do they have?
Oh, right.
But and North Carolina, they might have their hands full with Butler.
I think they will.
Played so well against who did they play last?
Arkansas.
Creighton, was it Creighton? No.
Arkansas.
I don't remember.
North Carolina played Arkansas. They lost, or they won 72-65.
Okay. Yeah. But I think Butler might give them a run. I've got North Carolina winning.
I do too.
But I think Butler will surely give them a run for their money there. And then in UCLA and Kentucky, I'm obviously going for UCLA. I've got UCLA and Gonzaga in the final, so I'm cheering for UCLA for my bracket.
And see, I have Gonzaga and Kansas in the final.
Yeah. But they'll be great games to watch. So
yeah, I have Kentucky beating UCLA. So my final four. My final four was Gonzaga, Duke, Kansas, Kentucky. So
yeah.
I still have 3 out of the 4 of my final 4 still with a shot to play. So still a chance to get some good points there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
Because could definitely use some. That's for sure. I'm looking at the bracket challenge deal that we did for the Town Talk Sports page, and
oh yes,
me and you are tied.
Yeah, for fourth or something like that.
Fourth right now, and right now with the possible points remaining with the games right now, if we got all the same possible points, we would end tied. We'd have to go for the score for the tiebreaker because we both have 960 possible points remaining. So, but as far as possible points remaining go, we're doing better than the 3 people that are ahead of us because the three people ahead of us had Villanova as a champion, Arizona as a champion, and the only other one above us that their champion is still there has UNC. But their possible points remaining is only 720.
Yeah.
Where ours is at a 960. Now I don't know whose bracket this is. They're sitting in 7th. They have Florida winning it all.
Yeah.
And as of right now, their possible points remaining are at 1,040.
Yeah. Well, and Florida. I really don't think Florida's going to come out of that. Is that the West? No. Which region is that? That's not West, is it? It's the one where Villanova and Duke were, though.
Right. Let me pull it back up.
It's Baylor and Florida, right? Don't they play?
Yes, I believe that is right.
Yeah, and
yes,
I think
no. Baylor plays South Carolina. Florida plays Wisconsin.
That's right.
Florida plays Wisconsin tonight.
Yeah. But I still see Baylor coming out of that region. That I think they've got the best opportunity, at least, not that they've got the best team, but Baylor, especially with Duke and Villanova going down, I think it really opened it up for them.
No, I do too.
They're the highest seed left in that region because it's Baylor, South Carolina. Is Wisconsin and Florida?
Yes, Wisconsin and Florida. Baylor was the 3, Florida was the 4. South Carolina the 7, and Wisconsin the 8 seed. So
yeah. But I think Baylor is going to come out of that one, and like that side of my bracket, it's just busted, because of Villanova and all those other teams.
Well, and
so I'm really cheering for Baylor now just for Big 12.
Right. SMU got me right off the bat losing to, USC. I'm like, really?
Yeah. I had SMU in the Elite Eight. I had SMU and Duke in the Sweet 16, and then I had SMU beating Duke. But yeah, SMU losing to USC was a big upset for a lot of people.
Right, and see, I had Baylor and Duke. I had Baylor actually beating USC, SMU in my original bracket, and it being Baylor Duke in the Sweet 16. But see, I had Duke. I didn't even have Duke playing South Carolina. I had Duke playing Marquette. I thought, Marquette, kind of one of them underdog picks a little bit.
Yeah.
And I was wishy-washy on the SMU USC game, and I guess rightfully so.
Oh yeah. Well, and that's just part of it, and that's what makes it so much fun. I guess if you're a sports fanatic,
right? And see, in that Florida Virginia game, I had Virginia winning that game.
Oh yeah.
And Florida just dominated that game, 65-39. I mean, only scoring 39 points in a, tournament game like that. That's kind of crazy.
Oh yeah, that either shows you Florida evidently had some very good defense going on, or Virginia just couldn't shoot the ball.
Right.
I mean, that's less than a point per minute. There's 40 minutes in a game. They scored 39 points.
Right. I know. I agree. That's crazy to think that, only 39 points scored in a game like that, in 40-minute ball game. So. Yeah.
And when it comes down to a time like this, you just can't have a game like that.
No.
And it seems like in every game, though, each team has like a 5 or a 8 or even a 2 or 3 minute span where they don't score, and
right.
The other team comes back or whichever way it is. But it just makes it interesting and fun. And if you've got a bracket like we do, it just, you sit there and sweat it out. You're like, is my team going to win or lose, or what's going to happen?
I don't watch a lot of college basketball during the season just because I'm so busy doing other things. But as soon as those, teams are released and what region they're going to be in, and as soon as the brackets are available to fill out, boy, I'm over there filling out brackets and entering groups. And this year with being up here, being the sports director now, I was like, man, we created one for the sports, Town Talk Sports. We created one for everybody here in the office.
Yeah.
Where those brackets are all completely busted because I had Duke winning in that one. Adrian had Arizona winning in that one. Amanda had Louisville. And so, I'm sitting in second. Adrian's in third. Amanda's in fourth. The person leading it is Amanda's husband, Chris.
Oh, okay.
And
I was going to give props to Mitzi. I thought maybe she was on.
No. Chris has Kentucky winning it all, and so his Final Four is actually still completely intact because he has Xavier, Wisconsin, and Kentucky, Oregon in the Final Four.
Oh wow! Yeah.
So his is still completely intact and has a great chance to win our little office one we have going here. He has a possibility of 1,080 points remaining.
Gosh. Yeah.
I have 400.
Just get lucky.
I have 480 remaining. His bracket's still the percentage over here on the side says 97.8%.
Yeah.
And that's really all it is. Once you start to fill out these brackets, it's nothing but luck.
Oh yeah, that's all it is. Yeah.
And anybody can get lucky at any given moment on one of these brackets.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is, and the thing is, it's a lot of fun though to sit here and fill one out, follow along, and see how you do.
Well, it gives you somebody to cheer for,
Right.
in these games that you may not even know these teams or ever seen these teams play, Or even like last night, I was talking about, I didn't even have anybody in the Michigan and Oregon game, but I was cheering for Michigan just because I wanted the underdog story to come through more. And
right.
So, but it's just a good time.
It really is, and you sit here and, even the Big 12 teams that had made it, Kansas State had to play in a play-in game to even make it. But yet, before they had even won that play-in game, you had already had to fill out your bracket, and I went ahead and I figured they would win their play-in game, and I went ahead and had them beating Cincinnati. Of course, that didn't happen.
Yeah.
But I'm like, no, I'm going to throw it out there. Why not? Give them the chance and see. And of course, Wichita State, they had their big run a couple years ago in the tournament and in the season completely, and I had them beating Dayton, first game, and of course they did, and then of course I had them losing to Kentucky, and they
upset them. Yeah.
Kentucky won, 65-62, and I'm like, man, because I remember what was it, a few years ago when they upset them. So
yeah. Well, and speaking of Big 12, TCU's representing for the Big 12 and in the NIT.
Right.
I believe they're already in their semifinals over there.
I think so.
The what?
I said I think so. I think that's right. That they're already in the semifinals in the NIT.
Yeah, I don't know who they play, but I know they won. They won pretty big the other night. But yeah, so the Big 12, everyone, had kind of dropped off with the Big 12, but nobody realized how tough a conference the Big 12 actually was, and they were always about the Big East or the ACC teams, or the Big Ten. They were all talking about them, and now here we are. And I'll say it myself. I didn't have much confidence for our Big 12 teams in the NCAA tournament. I had all Big 12 teams winning the first round and losing the second round, except for Kansas. I had Kansas in the Final Four. But they were the only one I had going any further than that. But it just goes to show, it's just anybody's game at any minute. So. Oh
yeah, and I'm looking at the NIT bracket now, and TCU they do play Central Florida.
Oh, okay.
For the semifinals, and then on the other side of the bracket you have Georgia Tech and Cal State Bakersfield.
Yeah, and Cal State Bakersfield, they're a Cinderella story in that one. They upset the number 1 seed overall.
Yeah.
Back in the first round. So.
Yep. Yeah, Cal. They upset Cal, and then beat the 4 seed Colorado State, and then beat the 6 seed UT Arlington, and now they're playing the 6 seed.
All of those games were at those colleges.
Right.
They went to California, which I guess wasn't too far for them.
No.
But then
to Colorado.
Did they go to Colorado? I couldn't remember if they went to Colorado
or so.
not, but I do know they went to Arlington because I saw the end of that game the other night. So, but yeah, so Bakersfield, they're making the run themselves at it. So.
Well, and Georgia Tech is only a 6 seed on that side. They started off the tournament by beating Indiana.
Yeah.
The 3 seed, and then they beat the 7 seed Belmont, beat the number 2 seed Georgia.
Yeah.
So it's just craziness all around with basketball. You look at the Big 12 and see how tough it is, and you look at Tech and see how many games that they were in these games and just couldn't hold on late and lost games late, and you're like, man, we could be making run through some of these tournaments as well.
Whether they could have, yeah. Well, and that's why, when they didn't even get an offer to the NIT, and I was surprised by that. I kind of expected them to get it an invitation, but they decline it. I kind of expected that to happen.
Right.
But then they didn't even get invited. And I mean, now you look at it, TCU's all the way up in the Final Four for them, and and did Tech beat them both times, or did they lose at TCU? I know they beat them here, but
I think
I can't remember.
They lost at TCU, but it wasn't one of those overtime games, lost it kind of late type deals. Yeah, that's what I think it was.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Tech's on the verge of big things for basketball. Just gotta learn how to close out some games late.
Yeah, that's key for Tech. Yeah.
Well, Tim, we want to thank you for joining me this morning on Sports Beat. We got to play a few more commercials before we get out of here, but we're going to go ahead and let you go and let you get back to work this morning. But again, appreciate you being able to call in and talk with me this morning.
Yeah, no problem. I love March Madness. I'm all about it. So.
I do too, and maybe I can wind up beating you in a bracket, and
we'll see how it falls.
We'll see how it falls. But Tim,
it may come down to the championship.
It may very well come down to the championship, and I'd be all right with that. So
I would too. Yeah.
So, well, Tim, thanks again for joining us, and we'll talk to you later.
All right. Bye.
All right. Bye. Again, I want to thank Tim Swaringen for joining me this morning on Sports Beat. We're going to go ahead and play a few more commercials to close out the show.
Cotton farmers. From planting to harvest, you nurture your crop. At Harvest, you want to use Meadow Farmers Co-op Gin. Since its beginnings in 1935, Meadow Farmers Co-op has prided itself in fast, courteous service to our customers. We provide complete ginning service from the field to the marketing of your crop through PCCA and the SEAM marketing system. Call 806-539-2241 or come by Meadow Farmers Co-op to learn about our service and commitment to you. Meadow Farmers Co-op, celebrating 80 years of service to Terry County.
Do you have a dental problem? Then go see Dr. Cawley. Dr. Cawley is a second-generation West Texas dentist, locally owned and operated for 27 years. Dr. Cawley is an honors graduate of the University of Texas Dental School. He, along with his talented staff and newest technology, can take care of any of your family's dental needs. Don't forget to like them on Facebook and give them a call at 806-637-8386 or drop by at 1307 Tahoka Road in Brownfield. Dr. Cawley, where West Texas hospitality begins with a smile.
Linegar Electric Cooperative can be depended on with over 60 years of service. At Linegar, we provide electricity to all or part of 11 counties, serving more than 5,400 members and more than 22,000 meters. We are proud to call West Texas our home, with our main office in Tahoka and branch offices in Sundown, Lamesa, and Seagraves. Someone who takes pride in offering the people they serve the very best. Linegar Electric Cooperative is proud to support the students and athletes of West Texas.
Texas Ag Plus at 1670 U.S. Highway 62-385 wants your irrigation repair business. Jake Unger offers you a full line of irrigation parts as well as pump sales, ditching, PVC pipe, and just about anything else related to irrigation on your farm. Locally owned and operated, Texas Ag Plus is here to serve the producer. From start to finish, we want to be the one you think of first when it comes to servicing your irrigation needs. Call Texas Ag Plus at 637-4590.
Hi, this is Aaron Waldrop, Superintendent at Wellman Union ISD, home of 265 fighting Wildcats and growing. At Wellman Union, we're proud of our consistently high academic standards, and we strive daily to provide a safe, family-style atmosphere. We're proud to offer free dual-credit courses for our high school students with the opportunity to graduate with up to 60 hours, completely debt-free. We're also excited to introduce our new facility and continue our goal of providing a fun, memorable experience for all students. Visit our website or like us on Facebook to stay up to date on the latest Wildcat news. Wellman Union ISD, building on success for today and the future.
Since 2008, All Star Peanuts has worked hard to meet the needs of peanut producers and livestock owners with chemicals, seed supplies, and supplies for your livestock needs. Owned and operated by your Terry County farmers, All Star Peanuts handles peanuts from the field to the warehouse. They're commissioned by Golden Peanuts and are a proud supporter of your Terry County livestock exhibitors. Give manager J.R. Cutt a call at 806-637-1866. All Star Peanuts, your place for quality service.
Again, I want to thank everyone for joining us this morning on Sports Beat. I want to thank Tim again for calling in and talking a little March Madness with him. Don't forget to tune in tonight as we will be bringing you baseball games live. But I guess that is it for Sports Beat this morning. Tune in next week as I'll have another great guest lined up.
Thanks for tuning in to Sports Beat. From interviews with local coaches and players to collegiate and professional news, tune into Sports Beat every Friday at 9:30 a.m. If there's a person of interest or a story that you want covered, send an email to sports@towntalkradio.com.